Madera. Nandito po tayo ngayon sa Hobbiton. Magtuturo po tayo ngayon sa araw na to. At papakita ko sa inyo kung saan ang set ng Hobbiton Madera. Nasa first stop tayo. Makita natin kung ano yung tsura.
Nobody's gone for the umbrella. I love the optimism this afternoon, guys. If you do regret that, though, there is one halfway round and one at the pub as well, so fingers crossed. Might get away with it, though. They say the three main things you need for a good experience at Hobbiton. Number one, good group and group size. Occasionally go up to 55, and we've got 31, so far so good. Number two, good weather. Bit of blue sky up there, so it looks pretty good to me. And last but not least, an awesome tour guide. So lucky you guys, you've got all three of those things right now. We're going to have a lovely time at Hobbiton. Now, there is one thing I like to do before I kick things off. Quick show of hands out of the group. So hands up if you have seen the Lord of the Rings movies here before. There are a few of you, fantastic, cool. Keep those hands up if you've seen the Hobbit films as well. Excellent. Has anyone read the books that go with those films at all? No. A few hands there, no worries folks. I'm going to flip it right over. Hands up if you've never seen any of those films or read any of those books. One very honest one at the back there, nobody else? Okay, hands up if you've not voted yet. I've lost a few people there. No worries though folks, it's on average, usually about 30% of the people that come here have never seen them before.
Okay, no, we are not done yet. Kita natin ang looks really nice. I'm gonna show you guys the first stop. Are you heading, Chris? I think she's going. We're going to nick this space anyway. And good news for you folks, the floor is not lava anywhere in the Shire. Feel free to fill it up all around the triangle. As long as you can still hear me, you know you've not gone too far just yet. Yes, mate.
Just ask though, please don't go any further than that blue front door because we come back that way right towards the end. So anywhere between that blue front door and me is fine. Then in about 2 minutes when you hear my voice, just bring yourselves down this way. Otherwise, enjoy.
Dahil picture ta dito. Dito. Man, photo. I want to see the whole. Dahil dito. Dahil. Uy, kaming dalawa kasi ibigay namin kay Sam. Come on.
I'm sure that probably is very true, whoever that might be, yeah. We're going to go a little bit more detail here though, folks. We're going to go with... They were really, really short, of course, with big old hairy feet and little pointy pixie outfits. Yeah, exactly. It's a nice picture now. The main thing is, though, they are called the halflings and they're really short. As Tolkien described in the books, they got to roughly around about 4 feet tall, which is 1 metre 10, 1 metre 20 if anyone's doing metric here. But you can appreciate it's quite tough to find an entire cast of actors who are really about 4 feet to play hobbits, so they had to make a little bit of an exception. And the tallest that the hobbit actors got is really 5'4" or 1.6 meters. And if they were that size, they would stand outside the larger 90% scale doors and look perfectly hobbits when you all get back home. However, guys, we have only seen the first 4 front doors, which means we've got plenty more door waiting just behind me here. So if you want to come and see those, follow me up the path this way. with the Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, and the first Harry Potter film came out the same year.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings is like miles further ahead in terms of the camera tricks.
Yeah.
Feels like the sun is coming out behind me as well. Fantastic stuff. Good first impressions so far, people.
Yeah.
Awesome. We're not even a quarter of the way past those front doors yet, so plenty more to come and explore. In the back there as well. Awesome. Well, I'll tell you what, do this nice and loud, and we'll realise they're missing out, and they'll come join the group. Now, welcome to the Dell. This part here is the largest area of the set, because we've got 9 Hobbit holes altogether. One with the yellow door just behind you guys there. There's one more in the corner over there. You can spot the chimneys and the windows sticking out from the grass. And the other 7 we'll see up much more closely are waiting behind me in that little clearing just there. These 9 Hobbit holes are rumoured to be home to roughly 60 Hobbits altogether, including the world famous Beekeeper of Hobbiton. It's also the home of the town drunks down here, so keep your eyes out, see if anyone can spot where they live. But the most famous family living here are the Sackville Bagginses. Does anyone remember them from the movies or the books at all? 3 nodding heads around. Who wants to be brave then? Who can remind us? Who are the Sackville Bagginses? 10 boys right there, yeah, the very jealous cousins of our main man Bilbo. And they were the ones shoving all the silver spoons in their pockets right at the end of the Battle of the Five Armies. They ran out of Bag End and into that yellow front door just down over there. Now, I wouldn't let you guys choose here, but I think this would be a pretty cool place to live. They've got a duck pond there, they've got their own veggie garden at the back, and most importantly, honey supply is right on their doorstep, so it's a pretty sweet place to live, I reckon. But when we are at the top of the hill, we'll see the lovely view that Bilbo has, and we start to understand why they're a bit jealous of their rich old cousin living all the way up the top of the hill. Now here on my right hand side, this area is known as the Sackville Orchard, and they've created this part here based on just 2 lines of text in the Return of the King book, where Tolkien mentioned Hobbit children sitting underneath plum trees, eating all the fruit from the trees, and then building pyramids out of stones they would leave behind of the skulls of tiny little conquerors. And the main problem with that is that regular plum trees are roughly 6 foot tall at their lowest branch, and of course regular hobbits only about half that height. So once they built the set, they realised plum trees weren't the right scale, and they would need to help out all the little hobbits who live around here. So they have done that by bringing in much more hobbit-sized dwarf, apple, pear and quince trees, which is what's growing there now. And then before they made those films, they took all the leaves and fruit from the trees and wired on artificial plums and artificial leaves instead, just to create 2 lines of text from the 3rd book. So we can start to see here, folks, Peter Jackson can be a little bit of a perfectionist sometimes when it comes to his movie making, but eventually, of course, it led to perfect movies, so we're glad they went to all the effort. And around here in the Dell, they have gone to a lot of effort. I think I mentioned on the bus, it took about 9 months worth of work to landscape and build the site here for the Lord of the Rings films, and particularly where we're standing, because this whole area used to be swampland, up to about 3 metres deep in some places, stretched from the boundary just over there, through the Dell, through the party field, and down to the lake on the other side. So once they finished digging out those Hobbit holes, they built the big road and the base camp area. They brought that dirt down to the site and filled in the land for us, so luckily, no longer sinking in a great big swamp. So it's nice and safe to come and explore, guys, so that's what we're going to go and do. We'll head round past Lavelia's house, wander around, grab your photos, keep your eyes up for those themed Hobbit holes I mentioned as well. And then when you're all finished, we'll meet back up on the other side of the pond, just down over there. When you're good, folks, bring yourselves around this way.
Kaya nakikita nyo ang ganda dito. Ayan. Super ganda. Talaga nalang magpicture ang dalawa. Taring ganda. Good yan. Ayan.
Famous, rich and important hobbits on there. The Bagginses of Bag End. We'd understand why their cousins were a bit jealous of them living at the top of the hill. Now I'm going to let you guys choose for yourselves. I think that looks like a much more impressive view to wake up to in this every single morning, and the duck pond dies back down at the bottom of the hill. So have you ever thought in the films that view there was green screen? It's another large, reasonably gradually as far as the eye can see, you can't see anything.
It's beautiful.
Lines, phone lines, anything that would spoil that lovely view there, of course. And that view there is what Gandalf and Bilbo enjoyed on the evening of his 11th birthday. You guys probably remember they're sitting on the bench blowing big smoke rings in a smoked pirate ship. And then they sail off out of the distance, watching the beautiful sunset.
Celebrate.
I'm afraid the leaves you've used are the wrong shade of green. It needs to be a bit brighter so when it's in the shot, it pulls the One has a gate piece that goes to the gate. We then do an S shape, come back past the 5th one where that group is right now. Then our next meeting point will be by the big yellow front door just down there with the chimney. That was a lot of information. If you feel like you might get lost, stick close to me. I'm going to put you in the right direction. Down this way.
We're getting some beer first.
Cheers, bro.
If you want to dress like hobbits, it's all the costumes are around there on the right hand side. Nice one. Cool.
Yeah.
What can I get for you?
Can I have some is that cider?
Yes, apple cider with alcohol. Yeah.
Cider, please.
There we go.
Thank you.
No worries. You enjoy. Find a
Ginger
Sackville
beer.
cider under there.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Ginger beer.
Found the Alexander Farm from the air, and it, for some reason from the air it looked right, and when we landed it was absolutely perfect, which I'm sure you can see for yourselves. So thank you very much to the Alexander family for their brilliant support over the years, and especially to Russell, who has been the greatest business partner they have, and as you'll see yourself, doing a fantastic job, making you very well. So thank you, and enjoy yourselves. From the entire Alexander family and everyone here on set, we're thrilled to have you. The tour starts